Hello guys, S2W here with your next casual consumer's perspective review. For the majority of 2018 till this video's upload date in the summer of it, the trend for creating vintage looking sneakers and retroing shoes from the past with modern technologies have become the norm. Adidas, especially this season, have brought back a few iconic silhouettes from the past and implemented them with newer upgrades. Other than the Adidas RX 500 RM Boost that I reviewed in my previous video, Adidas have just released another vintage sneaker with upgraded tech. Today, I have the Adidas Futurepacer here for a review. The origin of this sneaker actually began in 1984, during the time where companies were all trying to create the next technological revolution. Adidas was one of them who catered around the idea of putting some sort of technology inside their footwear. That became the Adidas Micropacer, a running shoe that actually has a micro sensor planted in the left toe, where it will then output numeric information such as distance traveled, running pace, and calorie consumption onto a display screen found on the tongue of the left shoe. Literally like the fitness apps that we have today in our phones. Aside from the physical technology implementations, the overall design of the shoe featured a shimmering silver leather upper with unique lacing setups, which made the shoe one step ahead revolutionary and stylistically from the rest at that time. Now more than 30 years later, the Micropacer is remastered into something fitted for today's standards. What have they done to the shoe? Let's take a closer look at these sneakers. Taking inspirations from the past silhouette, you can say the whole structure of this model is a shadow of its previous life. Made predominantly with various types of leather materials, the whole shoe just screams luxurious with its premium construction and futuristic vibes, including regular leather, kangaroo leather, and nubuck as well. At the front of the sneakers, we have a white toe guard that is structural by looks, but becomes extremely plush as it pushes against it. Then another piece of cream colored leather encompasses the toe box area and the rest of the sneakers, which by touch is exceptionally smooth, soft, and lush. Just don't expect it to be as stretchy, as leather is still more of a durable material. Upper-wise, the majority of the lateral and medial side of the shoe mirrors each other visually with a rare brandless upper. However, on the medial side, we do see the serial number RN6000, the word new at the corner, and right below is the Japanese katakana language that reads Micropacer, literally one of the writing systems in Japan used to represent foreign names and words, so those Japanese letterings will read out to something that sounds like Micropacer. Furthermore, what's fascinating is that this part of the upper is actually 3M reflective as well, and it'll shine bright like a diamond when light hits on it at a certain angle. At the back of the shoes, we will see a piece of black nubuck tab that envelops most of the surface for extra design points, extending a bit up high to act as a pull tab that could help us put on the shoes more easily. We will also start to see a unique zigzag stitching pattern used on this shoe as well, starting on this heel tab and then at the top of the sneakers as well. Speaking of the top area, one of the most interesting design of the old Micropacer is brought over to this new Futurepacer. At first, we will see a large white protective leather tongue tab lying at the top surface, both embossed with the Adidas trefoil branding. But on the right shoe, we'll see a small velcroed pocket on the exterior, allowing us to put something small inside, so maybe coins? Whereas on the left shoe, an empty window is now left opened instead on the silhouette, paying respect to the past design where the electronic screen was actually accessible here. We then can open up this flap via velcro and finally see the traditional lacing setup on this sneaker, which on this silhouette comes with flat creamed colored laces. Right under it is a separate tongue made out of the same reflective leather, and also zigzag stitched with a piece of pink nubuck fold at the tip as well. As for the insides of the shoe, the lining is made out of elastane, which again is another textile that's very silky by touch and stretchy by itself, and it'll cover all the way across to the tip of the shoes internally. It feels pretty nice inside actually, especially since the textile is not stuck to the leather, but rather more like a blanket so the fabric can maneuver more freely inside. Unfortunately, the walls are not that padded to be honest, but the thickness of the leather will make it somewhat plush nonetheless. Then the footbed, there are no insoles on this model, or rather it's sewn shut to the shoes so it won't be removable. But here it is, as we'll see the iconic Adidas, the brand with the 3 stripes branding in pink. Lastly, of course they've added their latest cushioning technology onto this shoe, Boost material, known for its soft and comfy compression with high and quick energy returning properties like walking on marshmallows. However, on this silhouette, they've decided to add what I would like to call it the NMD Soul unit, where EVA plugs are added all around this sneaker. We'll see one at the front of the shoes, then another one following close behind it, with the third one cupping around the heel of the Boost tech, all added to increase stability to the shoes by muting the Boost compression, featured on the medial side of the sneakers too. To further increase the support to the fit, they've added a piece of blue heel leather overlay to strengthen the back structure as well. While flipping the shoes over, we'll see a highly grooved black rubber outsole with multiple windows allowing the cushioning to expand and contract freely. But looking at it carefully enough, we'll actually comprehend the aforementioned EVA plugs a bit more here, as they are actually connected to each other on both sides, with a front, middle, and back plate of its own. Anyways, here are some Adidas Futurepacer fit footage. Sizing wise, I went true to size and they fit absolutely amazing. Although the middle does feel a tiny bit more narrow than the front and heel, I didn't really have a problem at all as a wide footer. Comfort wise though, I was personally afraid that the EVA plugs would mute the compression to no return like how stale the cushioning felt on the Adidas NMD. Now, not saying that NMDs were uncomfortable, but I just personally prefer more of that bouncy potential that Boost offers us. On this Futurepacer, I wouldn't say they are completely like the NMD, as the heel does provide an interesting pushing forward stride or springy effect, which I hate to label it as that, as I personally think Boost is more bouncy than springy, but most likely because of the thicker layer of Boost, the EVA plug at the rear didn't hinder it too much like how the NMD Racer was recently designed and felt like. But other than that, sadly, the other parts of the shoe is pretty much stagnant. Most likely, the connecting EVA plugs are restricting the elastic rebound that Boost could provide alone. So again, if you want more of that stable, closer to the ground with a nice springy feedback at the heel area, then this could be a silhouette to take note of. Price wise, these were $260 Canadian before tax, a hefty price that comes along with a premium construction such as this one. These are also $20 more than an Ultra Boost here in Canada in comparison. Visually, it continues on its legacy that fulfills that futuristic aesthetic in my opinion. It's a type of design that doesn't follow what everyone is wearing, and something that feels like it came out of a sci-fi story. It's a design that takes time to get used to for newcomers like me, but it's certainly one that doesn't look atrociously bad. As always, throw me some likes if you like this video and let me know in the comments if you dig the design of this new silhouette. Looking at this fit footage, it honestly looked like something that people would wear in the distant future. Which, come to think of it, if their original design already looked like this in the 80s, man did they envision it with a creative mind, because I can actually see the designs happening in the future. That's it for today, S2W signing off.